What's going on, team? This is your coach, your mentor, CryptoCliff, here with the future coach, Jasmine. What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much, nothing much. Just hanging in here. Just want to come in today and talk about what's getting ready to occur. The EmpowerHer Women's Wealth Building Recession-Proof Conference that starts this Friday. This Friday.
Yes,
Crazy, right?
yes, I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah, so this Friday we about to really dive in, and a lot of people don't understand the magnitude of how much information is about to be overloading your mind come Friday. So this Friday we're going to be going over futures day trading. Futures day trading, meaning I'm going to show you how to trade, how to set up an account, and how to start trading the crypto perpetual futures market. Remember, this is the market that has created multiple retirees in the Blockchain Bureau Academy. People are retiring left and right just by learning how to trade this market. What are your thoughts on the crypto perpetual futures markets?
My thoughts is that I wish I would have got in sooner. That's my thoughts. But just by simply following what you've been able to do in the industry so far, I just feel like timing is everything. And I heard you say all the time, like now is still a early, opportunity for people to get in place. And I've watched for many years how you kept dropping the receipts of people becoming millionaires. And where we are in the economy, I feel like we are at this point is really no excuse. At this point, you really should be making time for nothing else but these markets and getting plugged in, even if it don't make sense right now. Just get in the room and understand it's been making sense and retiring a lot of people, and that's all people really need to know at this point, that it works.
Absolutely. Hell, this week, I had another student write me this week, a couple of days ago, saying thank you. Hey, I'm up $260,000 right now.
Yes.
$260,000. Now that was a one-on-one student who went through the 12-week course, and we set up a portfolio plan, which brings me to my next point. Saturday is probably the most important day of the whole entire course, to be honest, because Saturday we're going to be walking you through how to construct, manage, operate, and how to dollar cost average into your DCA bag, not just with crypto, stocks, precious metals, and we may dabble into a little bit of real estate a little bit. But that is going to be the Wealth Building Millionaire Mindset Portfolio Consulting session that's going to help you propel yourself in the markets, not just for 2025, but also for 2028. How important is it for you to build your portfolio? People don't understand how important that is. Most people look at 401ks, not knowing that your 401k is directly tied to the stock market, and the stock market is going down right now. We're set for a 14-month drop. So, in your opinion, how important is it for you to have the right tools, the right plays inside of your portfolio for long-term growth?
In my opinion, it's very important. I feel like if we don't have a system in place to make our money work for us, we're going to be working for money until we die. And what you're going to be going over on Saturday is putting us in position to gain interest on our income. I've literally seen my money in the bank gain 0.03% interest. And just by tapping into BBA closer, I've seen my money grow over 10% every day, over 50% every day. So what you're going to be showing us on Saturday is that you're literally helping people play the long game. See, people get in, they hear the receipts, and they be ready to become millionaires by next week, but they went 30, 40 years of no preparation. So what you're going to be doing is putting people in position on Saturday to where I'm going to say by 2028, they should officially be able to walk away from their jobs if they listen to every single thing that you pour into them on Saturday. 2028 may sound like a long time for some people right now, but those 3 years roll by multiple decades in our lives over and over again, and nobody has no receipts to show for it. So if they just tap in on Saturday and just trust the process and realize that you're helping them making their income work for them, they will see some results by 2028. They just need to get in position.
Absolutely. And the one thing I think the one thing that most people are not really paying attention to when it comes down to that time frame between right now and 2028, I don't think most people are paying attention to I don't think most people are paying attention to the fact that AI technology has completely taken over everything. And they're projected that over 300 million jobs are supposed to be lost to AI tech by the year 2028.
Mm.
So by you setting up and preparing and setting up your portfolio now and having a structured plan from now to 2028, it's going to allow you to be able to, one, capitalize on the fastest growing market on the planet, cryptocurrency, the second fastest growing market on the planet, precious metals, and also be able to have stored with value in defensive stocks that will help you prepare for the depression that we're setting up for, not a recession, because we've been in a recession already since 2022, but the depression that's getting ready to come, the magnitude of people who are getting ready to be completely jobless behind AI technology. This is going to help you prepare yourself and be in position so that your family does not take a loss when AI technology completely takes over.
I agree. So many people, we throw the legacy word around saying, I want to be able to build for my children's children, but nobody really has a solid game plan. It always sounds good to say it on live, say it on stage, but people out here really just saying it with no solid game plan. So if legacy is really something that y'all want to be able to build, let's start by saving yourself first. Let's start by putting a solid game plan for yourself, so that way you can now have it for your children's children. And this is what we're going to be doing over the weekend. Over the weekend, we are literally going to be setting people up to not only help for their children's children, but save yourself. Enjoy life while you're here. Have a game in motion right now.
That kind of sound. I know me and you both are world travelers. We've been in multiple different countries. That kind of sound like the warning they give you right before you get on the plane.
Yeah.
They say before you secure anyone else's mask, you have to secure your own mask. And that's the same concept with life. Before you can help anybody out, before you can help mama, daddy, sister, brother, auntie, children, you have to be secure in yourself first. You have to secure your own bag. And once you secure your own bag, your bag will be plentiful enough for everyone else to be able to eat off the fruit of the tree from the seeds that you plant today.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm actually excited about Sunday as well too, because Sunday is going to be the business day, all about business. No trading, no investment news, all about business. What will you be teaching on Sunday? What will you be talking about on Sunday?
I will be talking about the importance of business, and it's crazy because today we're gonna be talking about how to set up a business, the fundamentals of a business, and then talking about certain products such as publishing, building lifelong products. Like, we've always been about creating products that will outlive us. I'm very super passionate about publishing, because what if we already had the blueprint, Cliff? What if your ancestors already gave you the blueprint? You wouldn't have to go through all these different stages of trying to figure things out if our ancestors knew how to give us a blueprint to start us somewhere to keep going. So this is what we're going to be talking about Sunday. But I was even going to ask you, should we go deeper even when it comes to setting up our accounts? Let me ask you this. When you're setting up your accounts, are you setting them up business or personal?
Business. And it's always business. You know why? Because everything is business. Everything is business. Think about this. When it comes down to building business credit, which we're going to be talking about building business credit, when you utilize your personal credit, if you go over 20% utilization of your cards, your credit cards, or your lines of credit, it automatically puts a big ding on your credit, right? But you can exalt your entire line of credit line with a business credit card or a business line of credit, and it does not affect your credit. Those are things that people don't understand and people don't know. As a matter of fact, when you go to build credit, build business credit, build business credit cards, you get higher limits by having business credit cards and business lines of credit versus personal credit.
Yep.
One thing I love to teach my students is, first off, how to build business credit, and then utilize that business credit to fund your trading account.
Exactly.
Think about this. Most people that come to me and say, hey, man, I want to learn how to day trade. Well, to be honest, most people kind of waste your time a little bit, but it is what it is. But most people that come to me and say, I want to learn how to day trade, and that are serious, that want to really, really learn how to day trade, they ask, How much money is it, can I start with? And honestly, the answer is like $100. How many times have we seen $100 flip into thousands in the
Plenty
Blockchain
of
Pro
times.
Academy?
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times. But would it not be easier for you to convert over into a different system, an easier system, if you had access to capital? Think about that. If you had 10 grand that you can pull from, the level of learning curve the level of learning curves so much more deeper than someone who has $100. There are two different ways to trade the markets. The first way is high risk, high reward. High risk, high reward, meaning in order for you to make a big boom in the market, you have to risk a lot more at a higher leverage point in order for you to be able to get that profit that you're looking for.
Yes.
If you want to flip $100 into 1,000, that's 10x. You're looking to make 1,000% gain on that play, 10 times the amount that you traded. That happens. We push them all the time. Don't get me wrong. But how risky is that for you to try to get 1,000% gain versus high risk, high reward? Let me ask you a question. What do you think the average person right now, daily profit percent gain, not gain, but daily profit percent money gain? How much do you think the average person can make for them to walk away from their job right now, a day? How much do you think they can make?
Every single day?
$100.
$100.
$100, 7 days is $7. That's $700 a week. Let's boost it up just a little bit more. Let's say $250 a day. All right? $250 a day. Out of a 5-day work week, a 5-day trading week, you're talking about $2,500 a week. $10K a month.
True.
$120,000 a year. Now, it is extremely risky for you to try to put $100 and turn $100 into $120,000. I turn $100 into $250 a day. But if you had $5,000 in the market and you're making 10% on that $5,000 a day, how much is that $500 a day? I mean, how much is that $5,000? 10% of $5,000.
That's what?
$500.
Mm-hmm.
How easy is it for us to make 10% on a play?
Easy. I'm averaging at least I can take 10% out, but I mean, for some reason my profit screens keep showing 15, 30, 100%. So exactly. You told me, hey, 10% a day, and I'm like, all right, but this is telling me, hey, you can gain more. I mean, that's just with low risk, honestly. Yeah. So it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. And I would say the community itself is contagious because, again, you've been beating this upside our heads for a long time. And I realized that I officially became addicted when I'm out in clubs looking at my phone. I can be getting my nails and I'm checking my phone. I don't found a way on how to place trades. I can be, before I pull off my driveway, I was like, let me set this up real quick. And I said, this is what Cliff was talking about. And then by the time you get home, because it was just so powerful for me over the weekend, how I was able to spend time with my loved ones, been able to go to all these graduation parties, have a good time, still celebrate. But before I laid my head down, I realized, man, you just gained an extra $200 a day. Oh, that was an extra $200 a day. And to me, that's really time freedom. That's time freedom. So what Cliff is pretty much saying, like, y'all, we have to learn how to leverage other people's money to get the time freedom that we know we deserve. Our community, we only learned how to use other people's money to spend and buy things, but we never really learned how to use other people's money to leverage and to change our lifestyle around. So there's no excuse. If you don't have the $100, go find $100. Go start a business and go get the credit line to use the money to flip, so that way you can have a consistent game plan on walking away from your job.
Absolutely. Compounding is everything. Compounding. And like one of my mentors told me, once you learn how to properly invest, you start investing into every aspect of your life. Everything becomes an investment. The food you eat becomes an investment. The people you have around you, that's the most important investment, right? Yes. Becomes an investment. The things you watch on TV, shows, the music you listen to, everything becomes an investment. So when you learn how to invest into different spaces in your life, everything about your life changes. The same way with that example, high risk, high reward versus high liquidity, low risk trading. two different trading styles. People are retiring via the crypto futures markets because they convert over to a high leverage, high margin, high liquidity versus low risk trading style. Instead of trying to go for that 300, 400, 500% gainer, they're going for 10%, but they're putting $5,000 in the market, getting 10% of $5,000, which is $500. If you can make $500 in 10 minutes, you're done for the day. If that's your goal. But who's going to be done for the day, right? My top student right now is making over $3,000, between $2,700 and $3,800 a day.
Wow.
And yes, this is a woman. Top student. And she will be in the class Saturday. Top student. She makes over $900,000 a year trading.
Wow.
That's power. And she started out working at Walmart. That's power. That's passive income. That's income that you can continuously dive into no matter where you are in the world. I'll be in Puerto Rico in a couple of weeks. I'll be trading on my phone. I got a trade up right now on Cake. I'm up 37%.
Wow.
Right? It's always room and opportunity to make income, but you have to want it. You have to want it. You have to want it. People come to me all the time and they waste your time because most people don't want to put in the work. And it's not even really that hard, to be honest. It's all about just being consistent with yourself. That consistency builds mountains.
That's the key word. You. Because at the end of the day, the event that's getting ready to that's going to take place this weekend, Cliff is going to be giving you a lot of value. I tell people all the time, this is not just a sit back and listen. This is a done with you, to where you're going to have all the tools that you need. You're going to be able to set up. You're going to be able to fund your account. He's going to probably even give y'all plays that y'all can take right now. But there's people who will still invest, and there's going to be people that's going to walk away with absolutely nothing because they it's still up to you at the end of the day. Like, there are people who will still show up and still won't do anything when they leave. And the only reason why I can speak on this because I was one of those people who invested and was still too chicken to consistently tap in every single day, knowing that I had access to this information. So disclaimer, you may not become a millionaire if you come to this event. However, it's still up to you on what you decide to implement during this event if you really want to change, because y'all are going to have thousands and thousands, millions worth of information. In my opinion, he's going to be giving you many plays that can set you up to be a multi-millionaire. But at the end of the day, it still takes you to be committed and implement everything that's being talked about over the weekend. That's my only disclaimer. It's you.
It's you. It's you. Absolutely. And then talking about the importance of structuring a business, building a business, letting that business mature, taking the time, not procrastinate on that business. Those are all things we're going to be discussing on that Sunday. So Friday night, starting at 7, Saturday morning, and Sunday evening, we're diving in. We're going in. This is going to be one for the books right here. All right. This is going to be one for the books. And I got a bunch of brothers who are asking, can we sign up? Can we sign up? By law, I can't discriminate against y'all. But I will say this, brothers. We have a live brothers course, a live brothers trading course coming, right? And it will be a live course in one of my favorite cities in the world, Miami, Florida.
Start taking deposits though.
I am about to start taking deposits
because a lot of people been hitting me up too, and I'm like, nah, if this was an event for the brothers, y'all was gonna still be moving slow. But since it's like people, they really getting offended, like only the ladies, and I'm like, yes, only the ladies. But I say start taking deposits now since they so serious, since they want to get.
Oh yeah. But this is gonna be a different one because I'm in the process of looking at a 14-bedroom mansion. We're gonna be trading and fishing event for the brothers. It is coming in September. I'm already putting it together. I'm already putting a package together. It's going to be a very limited space, but we're going to do that in September. Let's get it. Let's get it. But hey, you still have time. You have until Thursday to sign up for the $199 deal. After Thursday, that price is going back to $399.97. All right, let's get it, ladies. This is all about you. This is all about building the natural teachers of our community, the woman. Absolutely.
And y'all come with questions. I feel like the person who asks the most questions make the most income. So come with questions. Don't just come just to sit back and watch everything. And then once the event is over, y'all have all these questions. To me, the person who always asks the most questions makes the most income. So ladies, up until now, start just having your questions ready. So that way when it is time, you're leaving with more than enough information because you asked the right questions. And don't be selfish. Like bring a friend, invite a friend. Like it's nothing like you and your friend getting in a room and getting this type of information. Cliff has hosted events for over the weekend for about 1 to 2 hours for the exact same price. And you're getting 3 days with multiple hours and you're getting a lot of information for the exact same price. So this is technically a steal and it's probably the lowest it would ever be. So make sure y'all tell a friend and get in a room to get in this information.
Most definitely, most definitely. And last but not least, we're getting ready to start setting up live events. If you have event spaces in your city, if you have communities that you're a part of, you have fraternities, sororities you're a part of, it's time to go ahead and start setting up events so we can come and start teaching you how to trade live. I'm ready to get outside. I'm ready to get outside. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. You have any words before we leave off?
Nah, ladies, let's get it. Let's show up, let's show out, and let's make some money, y'all. That's the real hot girl summer. Making some money, building your wealth. So let's change that dynamic if y'all really about building legacy by simply just getting in the room. It's a virtual room, asking questions and moving with a solid game plan before the weekend is over.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's get it. Let's make this a money-making summer. Money-making summer. Not hot girl summer, not hot.
Yes, money-making summer.
Let's get it. All right, peace.
All right.